For this exercise, I will again be working with Cameron. He will be performing the V-up exercise. A full client description is provided in my first section and video of the paper. I selected to have Cameron perform the V-up exercise for a number of different reasons. First, this exercise is great for increasing core strength and stability. This exercise is also beneficial to runners. The primary muscle groups that are worked during the V-up exercise are the rectus abdominis and the internal and external obliques. The secondary muscle groups that are worked in this exercise are the quadriceps, glutes, and hip flexors. To teach this exercise, I would first have Cameron lie down in supine position on a yoga mat. Cameron should then contract his abdominal muscles and slowly lift his torso and legs up from the floor to form at least a 45-degree angle. His arms can remain aligned with the torso or reach toward the shins. The V shape should be held for several seconds before returning to the starting position. As Cameron returns to the starting position, he should maintain a constant tempo and continue to engage his core. Right before he reaches the floor, he should stop and hold the position for a few seconds before beginning the next repetition. One common mistake that I would look for when evaluating Cameron would be for the rounding of the back and shoulders at the central phase of the exercise. When this happens, more stress is placed on the lower back instead of the core. Another common mistake that I would look for would be the swinging of the arms. Swinging the arms in order to gain momentum will take away from the effectiveness of the exercise. Instead, Cameron needs to focus on keeping his core muscles engaged. I would again utilize the 4 points of posture program when teaching this exercise. An important thing to focus on with the V-up exercise is to keep the upper body in good alignment throughout the duration of the exercise. In this exercise, I would palpate the rectus abdominis because this is the area in which Cameron should be experiencing the most tension. It may also make sense to palpate the scapula so that the client knows that they are retracting their shoulders and not rounding their back. During this exercise, I would say the most effective position from which to observe the movement would be the lateral view. This view will allow me to analyze the upper body alignment and the extent to which the V shape is made. In terms of sequencing and timing, I would want to make sure that Cameron maintains a constant speed throughout the exercise. For example, he should take the same amount of time to complete his concentric and eccentric phases. Once again, after I have seen enough sets and repetitions, I would then be able to utilize the NPI grading system when evaluating Cameron. One additional exercise that I would have Cameron progress to later on in the program would be V-ups in which Cameron holds the 45-degree angle for a prolonged period of time. For example, he may choose to hold the 45-degree angle for 5 to 10 seconds before returning to the starting position. This will cause a greater burn in the abdominals. Another exercise that I would have Cameron progress to later in the program would be the V-up with the addition of a medicine ball. This exercise would be very similar to the V-up exercise, except now the client would be holding a light medicine ball in their hands while performing the exercise movement. After watching the videos of Cameron performing this exercise, I would say that Cameron is maintaining a good tempo throughout the exercise movement. However, it appears that during some of his repetitions, he raises his torso more, and in others he raises his legs more. So it does not appear that he is maintaining a consistent range of motion of his upper and lower body throughout the exercise. So Cameron should focus on really mastering this exercise movement so that he can maintain consistency. Also, as Cameron approaches the end of his set, I notice slightly more rounding of the upper back and forward head protrusion than at the beginning. This can place unwanted stress on portions of the upper back, lower back, and neck. In order to avoid this, it is important for Cameron to maintain good posture throughout the entire duration of the exercise movement. Thank you.